Alrighty, welcome back to the FTF Discord server second weekend of January 2023 short-term tournament. This is going to be a match between Animero on the bottom of the screen and Joyverse on the top of the screen. And joining me for this match will be the illustrious Skykel himself, who is not participating in this tournament, as far as I can tell.
Yes.
So
You're joined by me and by the music my roommate is playing in the background. So
very nice. I
very
cannot
nice.
hear it at the moment, but I hope it's some nice anime music to be thematic to the server. So
his music taste is awful, so no.
Alright, so Joyverse we have already seen in the previous match bringing Spell Boost and Discard Dragon with some interesting technology. And Animero is the only player in this tournament who has brought Wrath Blood with also some interesting technology, mostly looking at his one Lunel, Queen of Wolves. Definitely not my favorite card in the deck. And our players can start whenever they're ready. So some interesting leader choices as well.
Okay. Do you have the lists? Are they?
Yeah, they're in the pinned spreadsheet. So,
yes. Okay. Let me pull them up. Do you really think Lunel is that bad?
I think she's pretty terrible because she just doesn't do anything useful, right? Like, you don't want to play her unenhanced. You want to play her... So the competition for that slot is Vate. And Vate is a much better card on turn 4. Because he goes wide and he finds the amulet, which can heal 6 and make, like, 2 bats. And then... I think Vate is just a much better card in that slot. You can play like 2 copies of Vate usually. It's like 2 copies of Vate, 2 Vampires, Queen Castle. But that's not this game.
Sorry for I've seen plenty of lists that don't run the amulet and then they just don't run Vate or the amulet.
I think that's like the handless version of Wrath, right? But we're currently in a spell boost mirror, and let's see. I think both of these players have some interesting numbers, or they might be playing the same list, but one of them has chosen to play 2 different artworks for Secrets of Onmyoto. Oh no, it's a slightly different list. So one thing I think is that Animero only has 2 copies. Oh no, they both only have 2 copies of Sacred Bird of Wisdom. All right, I'm not sure what the differences are. I think it might be their alternate artwork cards, and we're gonna see Joyverse go first with a Magic Missile on turn 2.
So, how do you feel about secrets? I mean, it's just 2 slots in Animero's list. So it's not like it doesn't make or break the deck.
It's 2 slots in both.
I'm more of a fan of the enchanting spell. Because the freeze a guy, basically.
Right. Enchanting spell has a lot of applications. It's also being used over... it's kind of taking the place of Greater Will because it's cheaper, and sometimes you need to reduce your hand size a bit. But basically the role the cards play is to be able to reduce hand size, right? Secrets is a less bricky one, but doesn't have the locking potential. Speaking of which, now that Animero has played out a Mari onto the board, that is going to give Joy the option to use this enchanting spell here. And in this matchup, I think you try to use enchanting spell whenever you get an opportunity to, because it can be very difficult to. And later on in the game, it just becomes you've already been hit by whatever.
Looks like they recognize that and get the card out of their hand now. I agree that the main use is you want the 1 play point spell, which reduces hand size. I feel like I have the feeling the cutest thing about secrets are like getting out an early Mari when your hand's awful. Otherwise, I do think you're just trading a single spell boost on 1 card versus the potential of like not taking 5 damage from an Evolved Doctress or something. So.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of like definitely like a lot of the early game setups I play into Spell Boost would definitely get disrupted by enchanting spell. But it is also not great in the mirror. But one thing that's nice about the patch recently is that the mirror has become much less common. Um, not applicable, not an applicable consideration in the situation. And I think Joy is going to pitch the secrets, in fact, which probably should tell you about how much he values that card. And he overdraws a Sea-Mile. That is not great for him. He only has, 12 damage in hand right now, so he needed that and another card at least in order to win the game.
I think
It's probably not.
You turbo out the Sumail this turn. It's hard for them to answer with their current hand.
Honestly. Yeah, but if you don't have caster vision, is that still the line you take?
I feel it like you just chuck it out on turn 5. I do think in general there's potential for it to actually do something.
If you do it early enough. But I think the thing that makes it harder is the lack of Raining Blades in Joy's hand. Because the issue is that Animero has spell boosted 7 times, right? That means that if Sea-Mile is used just for damage, there's a good chance it just gets Chakram. Joy does not have the follow-up in his own hand. And a Chakram clear is pretty costly for him to deal with. What I don't really like is not committing the Evo on either of Joy's followers here. I think I would, if I were in Joy's position, I might consider either getting the Meltina back in hand or evolving the Chakram to get more spell boost. Just because it seems like he might struggle to dig into his Orchestral Mage, and he has like one Evo point to spare for the lethal. But it is Animero's turn.
The two lines there are probably you either Meltina and try to save your damage, or you just like commit and try to go in with the Chakram Evo and maybe one of the Sea-Miles. Because I feel like this hand, you said you don't necessarily like playing it out, but it's also not like the current hand is going to kill them anytime soon if you delay. So
correct. It's because he has no Raining Blade, so it's not even like an Orchestral Mage top deck is going to win the game here. So Animero is going to basically be able to take a free turn here, and he's going to lock the Chakram and leave him in play, which is an interesting option because that doesn't get rid of the strongest ability of the Chakram Wizard, but Joy doesn't really have anything going on in this hand.
Let's see what the Mari's draw though. Okay.
The Mari finds a Raining Blades. That's pretty big. He's got 3 free spell boosts in hand. Crushing Rain will be reduced quite easily at 4, counting the Mari. So he's going to play another Mari, and then I believe he's going to follow this up with a Sacred Bird. And is he okay with Overdraw here? Is probably okay with Overdraw.
Yeah, Overdraw really isn't very relevant. Honestly.
But there is an argument. There is an argument for evolving the Chakram Wizard that's in play right now. Just because he can't use 2 Evo points the next turn. So he gets an extra spell boost here, and I think that makes it easier for him to get out his 5-cost Crushing Rain.
I do like committing the Evo here.
I think you evolve either the Chakram in hand or the Chakram in play. The Chakram in play is probably a little better because it hides how strong your hand is. Yeah, this is really nice because Joy wants to use the Evo point next turn to deliver lethal.
I don't like that.
I don't think this is necessary. He might need that to get through a Sea-Mile or a Orchestral Mage, and I think it also kind of like part of like there's kind of a little mind game here about how greedy you can play, right? And this kind of is going to give Animero the alarm bells, so to speak, of hey, you have to go in this turn. Does Animero have lethal here now? Crushing. Oh, okay. Raining Blades on the Sea-Mile instead of an Orchestral Mage is interesting, but is probably fine. 7 + 7, so he's a little off the lethal, I believe. 9 + 6, 1 damage off?
Yeah, 1 damage off.
Yeah. So I think I really would have liked the Orchestral Mage picking up the Raining Blades, but I guess he's topped off right now. So wait, he might be thinking of holding her to reload, which is okay. Oh, a little awkward on the order here. Magic Missile after could have drawn a little deeper into his deck, but this is not a bad. It's a pretty strong board. The 11 health on the Evolved Seamile does help in terms of making Joy's clear more awkward, and now Joy has to strike back.
Yeah, Joy opening up the hand slot might now be relevant for a top deck of the Storm Girl. I forget her name. I'm not good with card names.
Orchestral Mage.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's gonna open another slot in his hand by playing Meltina. Does not draw into anything that he particularly wants. Does hit the magic missile. He really needs to find some form of healing here. Does find the Uranus. Gonna play another crushing ray.
Lethal potential? No.
Is there a lethal? He needs to do 14 damage. He's got
the Uranus.
The Uranus is 3, right? And then that is 11. That is That is lethal. Yeah. He just has to play it. That Uranus draw actually clutch. I wasn't sure how relevant it was, but it was extremely relevant. And so Animero kind of greeted the Orchestral Mage in his hand a little, right? Because this is over by 2, so it would not have mattered. But I think the extra ward body might have. No, that wouldn't have mattered either. Okay, so I guess the Orchestral Mage did not have an impact in the game then, because Animero would have healed to 20, but still would have been OTK'd from 20.
Was there a way to distribute the stats that would have made it awkward for the Raining Blades to clear it?
I don't think so, because he has to +2. He has to +2 no matter what. Like, everything's a multiple of 3 in his hand, right? Except for the. So when Joy Magic Missile first, the Uranus kind of undoes any Evo tricks that he did. So I don't think there was a way for Animero to make an impactful change to the outcome of that game.
I do not like the Mari toss.
Ooh, no, yeah. I don't like it either. Mari is a card that only does anything if you get it early, and Joy kind of has a okay. Joy is going for the 1-2-3 curve, but he's gonna get slightly punished. He's gonna get slightly punished by drawing a Lumior here. That is gonna make it hard for him to keep Lumior in hand, and he's gonna probably have to discard this Lumior if he commits. And I think he's gonna commit. In fact, he's actually discarding Lumior now, holding onto the C-Loan for now. Animero, I think he played Insight turn 1. Here? What do you pitch here? That is a good question.
Is it the Meltina because Angel's Blessing is already online on 4, while Meltina probably doesn't go to 1.
You need a Meltina eventually in this matchup to deal with a Noir and Blanc, right? So I don't know about pitching Meltina here. I think it might be. Could it be Mari, or is it never Mari here?
I think it's never Mari, because she just accelerates your game plan quite a bit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Animero's chosen the Mari. Yeah, it's probably not Mari, but the Angel's Blessing and Meltina are both like really good card draw effects. So is it ever Raining Blades there? You can't afford to pitch Raining Blades, right? That's how you heal up after a burst. So Process Elimination makes Meltina a possible discard target, but it's pretty tough to commit to that. Speaking of tough commits here, Joy is now going to have to toss a Noir and Blanc, and this is kind of why I don't really like going for the 1-2-3 curve in discard. It is strong, but he's already had to pitch a lot of quality cards in order to make this possible. And I don't... But he did ramp with card draw, and Animero...
I feel like if you don't 1-2-3, what's your curve then? You think it's a turn 1 pass, a turn 2 pass, a turn 3 pass?
Well, he's not going to pass turn... You don't pass turn 2 with discard, right? Because you have Nomadic Conductor, you have Dragon Oracle. Those are all good options. It just means that you turn 4 with his hand. Well, he committed to the keep, right? Like, so I think there's an argument for keeping, and because I think with Joyverse's deck, he's not playing Warden of the Adamant Claw. That's one piece of technology that people are playing in this card now that lets you just Argente turn 3 without redrawing, and then since that ramps you to 5, you play Warden of the Adamant Claw and it refills your hand. So that's an option that he's kind of taken away from himself. It is Joy's turn. He's had his third discard. I think this is Nomadic Conductor, but what do you pitch here? Possibly the Drizail. Because Drizail doesn't keep you from getting lethal in this matchup, because her effect is only to take no damage. I don't like the Augite Worm here at all.
Yeah, I don't like that. If you're trying to draw, you might as well play the Drizail instead of pitching it with
exactly, or Nomadic it, because he's gonna hit Overflow next turn after he evolves Sealong, so that is just a waste of a card that he could have had. There's definitely never the Augite Worm there, because yeah, he's an Overflow next turn. Angel's Blessing now from Animero. You clearly wanted to set this up, and does have the opportunity to evolve his Bluebird and recover the Evo point. It's a cheeky play, not necessarily all that useful, but it's actually good here because it evolves over the Nomadic Conductor, but he's got to do it before spending this last play point, or he doesn't recover the Evo point. Yeah.
There's no reason not to Evo here.
Yeah, evolve the bird before playing your last play point, Animero.
Honestly, when I first saw the card, for a while, I thought it would use up the last play point. But you just need enough play points left over, so you can even do it.
Yeah. It's a really weird card that like has a bunch of different modes based on how you spend your play points, but it is an extremely broken card. Animero, instead choosing to just trade off the bird, definitely could have evolved to keep it in play, and I think there's no reason not to. Dragon doesn't really punish you for doing this. Now Joy is going to play the Sealong here, but really, we were definitely better off saving the Augite. He does pull another Augite Worm from his deck, so he is going to be okay on hand, but I think he's getting punished slightly for pitching that Lumiore early on in the game. He's ready to play Lumiore, but he doesn't have one in hand. All right, so Animero's turn. He's going to get the refund on Meltina, which is really nice, and Animero's hand is really coming together now. Let's see.
Yeah, this hand has a lot of potential.
Yeah. The Sea-Mile has already been spell boosted 8 times, and then a 6 and 4 spell boost on the Raining Blades. So, kind of like every other turn seems to be where the cadence for how he draws those. And he looks like he's thinking about the Enchanting spell. Maybe I would do Magic Missile, Enchanting spell Mari or something, or because you always want to draw before playing spells like this. Oh, Enchanting spell.
Meltina.
Yeah, Enchanting spell into Meltina really values getting Meltina back in hand. I wonder how he's gonna.
It's definitely a consideration against an upcoming Norin Blanc.
It's true. And he's gonna pull a Chakram Wizard. Definitely a bit late for the Chakram Wizard to show up in hand. Gonna overdraw as well, but that's probably okay. And now Joy has to make a play. He has an Augite Worm. That is his last Augite Worm, I believe. So, and he does not find a Lumiore. And does not find any ramp.
Wow, this hand is quite awkward.
So, yeah, it is extremely awkward. I think
might drop the Masamune just to accelerate the Drizail to
I think it is Masamune here to cycle the Drizails. That or Noir and Blanc to enable it, but that's probably not okay to lose a second Noir and Blanc like that. So Sealing has one Noir and Blanc left in his deck, so he's going to Uranus to banish the Mari, which will deny some spell boosts. It's not the worst thing. Okay, Drizail number 1 is going to find a Nomadic Conductor. That's pretty good. Cycle this Drizail as well. Oh, going to choose the Nomadic Conductor, the Masamune. That's fine. Finds an Argente, which will allow him to get out the Noir and Blanc next turn, but he should cycle this Drizail, because if he can get a Lumiore as well, that is way stronger. Gonna Nomadic Conductor Evo. Okay. He is not playing Dragewood, so that is an option. But definitely cycle the Drizail there, because Yeah.
The full cost body doesn't do much in this matchup.
The full cost body is just for healing up after you've been slammed, but if there's a 2-turn setup to slam you, you're probably dead anyway. All right, so it looks like Animero is counting Orchestral Mage plus 2 copies of Raining Blades. Oh, he's going in. He's not using the Orchestral Mage yet, but once again, this pattern where Animero is going to use... Oh, okay. Actually going to use another Meltina here. That's going to guarantee a clear with these Raining Blades, but I really kind of... Okay, but this situation is actually better to put the stats all in one basket.
I'd like to see the Angel's Blessing as well.
Mm-hmm. Angel's Blessing would be good. Oh, then he plays the Orchestral Mage? I don't like this as much because this isn't get wiped by Lumior, but I mean, I guess it's technically necessary if he's going to try to get his damage in. It does play around Phylene quite well, and, you know, I guess the Drizail now is going to be quite good from Joy, because that is... Drizail plus Phylene is how he clears this. And because 2 Raining Blades have come out from Animero already, Drizail's stat line is actually going to be quite relevant. And
it
her
does just lose to a single chakram. But
yeah. Well,
I honestly, because if I saw that correctly, Animero is still quite low rank as a whole. I think, considering that spell boost does take quite a bit of time getting used to. I did like the sequencing in general. I think it's just like small optimizations. Why?
Oh, right. He has no Evo points. He has no Evo points left. Yeah, because of the Nomadic Conductor Evo the previous turn, he is out of Evo points, and this is very... I believe Animero can just... Oh, no, but the Phylene...
Magic Missile is lethal.
The Magic Missile... Is it lethal?
Yeah, you ping face, you Chakram, and you Crushing Rain.
Okay. Yeah.
Also,
he has a lot of orders to do. Oh, okay.
I think he sees it.
I think he sees it. You're right. Yeah.
Clean.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crushing Rain. Okay. Yeah, and now all very nicely navigated by Animero. Yeah, the actually committing hard into the Semael was very timely. He anticipated, because if he got hit by the Phylene without committing to board, he would have been in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I did like the stacked Semael.
Mm-hmm.
So the orange isn't that C rank? So honestly, that's pretty impressive.
Or maybe it's like I was like, yeah, it's true.
I mean, I've seen a lot worse from my average.
Oh, we're being told that Animero is mostly an unlimited player, so he does play a lot of... I assume that means he plays a lot of spell boost in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, let's say obviously unlimited spell boost does play differently.
Okay, so... Animero is now going second with Adherent of Desire, the best one drop when you go second. And this hand is actually really nice from Animero.
Oracle going first. I think both people
into Argente. Yeah, but he's got the Argente without but his deck doesn't have the card that really makes lets you just play Argente. So that's a little awkward for him. He might just play Argente anyway if his hand is good enough. The Nomadic Conductor helps a lot, though. Before Orb Cancer rotated, you could play Nomadic Conductor and Orb Cancer, but Animero's hand is no slouch here. The Vania is like one of the best cards you can get early game, because setting up Gift for Bloodkin is how you get Gyaradeath to really deadly levels.
Okay. So if Joy is a high roller god, he Nomadic Conductors, finds a 2-cost discard, and then he can Argenta next turn.
Yeah, I think he's going for it anyway. Insane. Because he doesn't have refill if he just Argentas here, so he can't afford to do it. Is he gonna draw? Draws a 2-cost, but it's not a discard card. So probably he's going first. So maybe you just play the Gilnelise here. But Wrath is this matchup. If the Dragon deck is too slow, is one where he's gonna have to. I don't like the Phylene here because she's just gonna get traded into by whatever followers she pings. It's not really a very impactful effect. The Gilnelise acts basically can do the same thing, but because Gilnelise is a pseudo ward, so Gilnelise is just the better play than Phylene here for sure.
Although I think he might be greeding, looking forward to a potential succeed in the future. But I do think you just drop it here because it's effectively already healing too by them not hitting face right now.
Yeah, Animero has
ever commit the gift here. I think you do.
I think there's a case for it because the Raging Commander plus gift is actually really strong. And in fact, Commander will wipe the gift token that usually is kind of the drawback to gift. Yeah, this is a really strong board push and kind of punishes Animero. And of course, this... Okay, but Joy does rip the discard for the turn. Is he going to greed this? Ooh, I don't think he can afford to greed. Going into Evo turn and leaving Raging Commander up is not okay.
I think the Phylene has to ping
You have to ping the Raging Commander. Yeah.
Which means that he's not ramping, and I think it's looking very good for Blood here.
Yeah. Joy's gonna greed it, my goodness. But he pulls the Noir and block. No, wait, change your play. Wait,
yeah, he could have
discarded Noir and Blanc to ping the Raging Commander. He played too fast. He actually drew the one card that mattered there.
Disaster strikes.
Disaster for sure. An Animero steamrolling tank. Guess he's gonna. Interesting. What's this to set up Raging Commander? That works. Okay, so he values the extra point of healing. Yeah. I kind of want to trade in the bat here. Okay, nice. And then that is going to allow him to evolve Raging Commander, I think, and then play the Adherent. That would be the most stats.
I mean, I kind of like just sitting face here too. 6 is kind of weak turn, like 6 play points for Dragon.
Yeah, and Joy has no cards in hand, so Evo face is also
cards
good.
In hand.
Actually, it's slightly better. It's slightly better to evolve Vania there though, because that threatens to set up the rare double evolve Vania, and that means yeah, should have evolved Vania, I think, because two evolve Vanias. The evolve Vania version gets her effect of pinging every time you put a bat into play, which if you ever have 2 Evolve Vanias in play, your opponent should just be dead already.
And in addition, if you evolve the Vania now, if in theory you go into Wrath next turn, then the Adherent would deal the extra evolve effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not sure because I'm mixing it up with the Trombone Devil. Does she only hit followers or does she hit face as well?
Adherent only hits followers.
Okay.
But it's Joy's turn, so he has to Argente here. Yeah, it's required, and he can also just hope he hits like a Dragonewt's Might and like Augite off the top.
Yeah, but you can really see how the playing too fast last turn cost him, because otherwise he would have started this turn.
Wait, the Gilnelise saves him.
That
is the last Gilnelise in his deck, so he's going to be able to target the Steamrolling Tank. Targets the Vania? Interesting. Okay, that means he's going to trade over the Steamrolling Tank and get rid of Commander, but I don't think this is necessarily better than getting rid of the damage on board. Yeah. But, I mean, the way this game is going, he's definitely basically already dead. Another steamrolling tank. It's active now, so I believe this should be Raging Commander Evolve. And then, can he play Vania after this? I think he's going for tempo play here. He should definitely set up Vania now. Set up Vania now. Okay.
Wait, what do you mean by set up Vania?
Okay, so because he drew the Blitzer, right? Gyaradeath
Oh,
plus Blitzer is 3 pings. Then Vania token is 4th ping, so that's a guaranteed, quote unquote. If he has a trade target, that's
yeah.
11 plus 1 plus 2, so that's 14 damage if he has a trade target. So it's very hard for Joy to survive that, and he can even choose to evolve the Blitzer or the Bat token to get through
Although you do
one
have a
more.
stronger board this turn, which would still get wiped by Drazel. So I don't
Yeah,
think it's just strictly wrong, especially if you still have the opportunity of Evoing Vania for extra damage. So
right. I think
one would be
the
like specifically setting up for a lethal turn next turn, and the other one is stronger on board this turn, potential to Evo the Vania,
Yeah, the problem
and
is
going
neither
for turn
line
7.
lethals. The issue is neither line lethals through a Drizzle, so it's kind of a moot point, I suppose. But Joy, unfortunately, I think pitched 2 Drizzles earlier, and you don't see your opponent's discards, so yeah. I mean, stronger on board is better. I just I kind of get my eyes magnetized to when you have like damage from hand setups personally, so. But I don't see how Joy, behind the steamrolling tank, I'm not sure how Joy is going to get out of here. Think he definitely got punished for just playing too fast on the turn that he drew the Noir and Blanc. He actually probably could have won this game if he had made the play that turn. And this is just going to be a straightforward lethal here for Animero with the
Yes.
Vania glowing. Yep, and so that Animero is gonna take the game.
Yeah, that's a small misplay that ended up costing Joy the game, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to think of there was like something else that stood out, but I mean, definitely the biggest one was not looking for the out when he took the greedier line there. So that's gonna be a quick 2-0 for Animero. Really really impressive showing.
Looks like we're heading into a break before the next game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. My goodness.
Yeah.
What